They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Hey, you got nothing. You got nothing.
Now Watson.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Taken at the goal line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. The 30. 10. 5. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Cleveland. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Wentz. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack.
He'll look to throw.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Here comes Grant on the reach. Now a hit and a loose football. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they?
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
The Browns drive about to get started. They begin this drive with Chubb, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
Now, I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. go on fourth. Watson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And how about the decision here to go for it? No, not just go for it, but really go for it. I never would have guessed that that's what they were going to do. But let's give them a ton of credit there. They got to pay off for a big play.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Commanders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal, getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
To throw is Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Wentz now on first down.
Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A run here for J.D. McKissic.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. They'll go for it. It's Wentz.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to it. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. Past the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way.
Touchdown, Washington.
Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Hey, empty.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
5-9.
Here's Wentz to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From the 10.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Watson. That's complete to John Ross. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. After the run, Watson going to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. A solid stiff arm. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there for the Browns. 15 yards. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And again, it's Chubb. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Watson going to sneak it, and they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Here's Watson on the sneak. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. Now Watson going to sneak it. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Browns are back within a score. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And in incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Wentz. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Thomas brings it in. And some room to roam now. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the 2nd half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Washington.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On first down, it's Watson. Right back to Njoku. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. From the red zone now, Watson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
To throw again on second down, Watson.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has been a lot.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first and 10, here's Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
On first and 10, it's Gibson. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here's McKissick. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Off to Thomas on the left side. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Running the sweep with McLaurin. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Going deep downfield for Ross. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
On first down, Watson. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards.
And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career. And that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that. And even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Chubb.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass.
And the Browns get a bit closer.
That's a really nice play concept there. Bootleg him out to the right. They're going to move the pocket and try and keep the rush away from him. I love that he was able to throw back against the grain a little bit and find a receiver cutting from the backside of the formation across the middle.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback. But we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds. Ron Rivera scowling down on the sideline, and he's thrown out the red challenge flag.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And he finds McLaurin. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
Terry McLaurin.
Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Commanders extend this 4th-quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. The extra point by Sly is up and good,
and that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Watson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And now here's another interception. William Jackson with a pick. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th-quarter lead.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They fake the give. Now Wentz.
He completes this to Cole Turner.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39.
A give up the middle to Gibson. 58 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Wentz.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Meanwhile, Wentz is thrown into the hands of McLaurin. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Play action. Now Wentz. Sliding out of the pocket. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Sly on for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down and 4. Watson, he's going to let it fly. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now, Wentz again. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. He's got a man complete. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last two snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And my goodness, another interception. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.